And welcome back to On TV. So happy to be welcoming another candidate, this time for Ward 5 in the municipal election, October 22nd, right here in Sault Ste. Marie. And we're talking to Corey Gardi. Good of you to stop in. How are you?
Good. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem at all. Now, I know that you're a vice principal, so I when we were chatting, I said to Corey, I said, it was good of you to take time off work, but you're not working right now.
No, I'm very fortunate to have the summers off.
Yeah, my two daughters too, they love it.
Cool.
Yeah, good job to have, for sure.
It is indeed.
What prompted you to get involved with politics at this point?
Well, it's a good question, a valid question. I've always been someone who's been very interested in municipal affairs. I've been involved politically in the past, helping people I know get elected to office, or at least attempt to get elected to office, whether it be at municipal, federal, or provincial levels. Volunteering on those are always, an exciting endeavor, and I really thought it was time to show my commitment and dedication personally, and I thought council was a great way to do it.
And you're born and raised in Sault Ste.
Born, raised, and fortunate enough to be educated and fully employed for a number of years here.
And it's so awesome. It's just such a lovely city. I can so understand why you would want to take your commitment to education and broaden that.
Yeah,
because the city is so worth it.
Exactly. It's a beautiful place to live, and it's been very fortunate to me and my family, and it's time to give back.
Now, when you made your announcement that you were running, you said knowledge economy. Explain to me what that is.
So it's important that municipalities and areas within North America, Ontario in particular, pursue an economy based on knowledge. And not what I mean by that, but the term lends itself to more of developing services and goods, products in a different way. So I can explain it by talking about how manufacturing has kind of changed, right? In North America, in Ontario in particular. Manufacturing is still important to the economy, we know that. It just doesn't deliver the jobs that it used to.
Things change.
Right, things change. So we have to be focused more on delivering services and products better and faster. And, bringing value to things. I think that's only fostered by way of innovation and creating that culture. I think we have a great chance to do that here in the Soo. I don't think anybody, from what I've read and heard in the province, is doing an excellent job at it, and I think we need to be at the forefront of that. And that innovative culture is developed by partnership through education and business. We're fortunate to have two post-secondary institutions here in Sault College and Algoma University. We also have the Innovation Center and some pretty innovative entrepreneurs to do that. And I'm excited by it, and I would like to lend my efforts to it. For example, if you'll indulge me for 1 second.
Absolutely.
What you guys are doing here at Soo Online and on TV in particular addresses a need that people wanted in the community, and that's broadcast news content. And you guys should be commended for what you do. You're not the only guys in town that are doing it. They're competitors of yours, but over at Village Media, they've been addressing local news content for a long time.
Very successfully.
Successfully, they're building that out to other underserviced communities, Guelph, Barrie, Elliott Lake, etc.
North Bay, yeah.
North Bay. So, that's a service that's changed, and there are companies capitalizing on it. There's another, if you don't mind, another example here in the Soo. There's a company called Workiva, and what they do, we have an office here in the Soo, and what they do is they develop software for businesses and companies to use to report businesses at tax time to the government more seamlessly, right? So there are examples of people doing that in the community, and I really, really think it's important that we develop a culture that promotes innovation, and that's what I was kind of talking about.
You know what, that sounds like such an awesome way to look at things, because innovation is what's going to help us to survive as a community. You talked also about your love for the downtown and how that needs to be developed, and some of the other issues on your platform.
Yeah, so the community, along with council and Downtown Association in particular, have really forged ahead in downtown revitalization, and they're doing a great job. It's nice to see even something simple as people having dinner or lunch outside on the patio.
Right?
It brings
and the
kind
flowers are gorgeous.
Right.
It
brings more vibrancy to that area of the community. So one thing we need to do, though, is to capitalize on the market, right? So that's, these businesses do a really good job, the hoteliers, the restaurateurs, the retailers, in capitalizing on our local residents and customers. And for every person that visits the Soo, I think there's a person who passes through it, whether they're coming from the bridge or from Highway 17 East or West, or they're on a boat. I think we have to do a better job enticing people to come and stay for a few days. We have a lot of amenities that, you know, the hoteliers and different people do really well with, but I think we could do a better job. I have some ideas in that regard, and I'd like to move forward with those should I be on council. And it's all about collaboration again. So the EDC, the Chamber of Commerce, entities such as those working together, they're doing a good job. We can do a better job. Issues at large, you know, first of all, I think being a ward councillor, you have to be sensitive to the constituents of your ward. For me, it'd be Ward 5. Making sure the municipality services are being delivered efficiently, being sure that they're delivered effectively. You know, since I've announced, I've been surprised that I've already gotten a few calls about road maintenance and road reconstruction, which are important, that infrastructure piece. People have called me about snow removal in the middle of in the middle of summer.
Sure,
but
because
that's what directly impacts people.
Right, it's a daily thing
So
for
I have to
them.
be sensitive to those. You know, I also think that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the west end of the city gets a little forgotten, perhaps, in the sense that, you know, with all the work going on downtown, like we talk about.
And north, too.
And north, all the business development up on Great Northern Road, and then some of our larger institutions, i.e. The hospital and the university and college being more centrally located and in the eastern part of the community. I think we have to call attention to some of the good things that are going on in the west end of town. You know, coming to mind, Sault Ste. Marie Airport Development Corporation,
gosh,
the work
sure.
that they're doing there. You know, as part of that, JD Aero, which is one of our more successful businesses who've recently expanded, whatever we can do or I can do to support those efforts. So that's part of the reason I'm running. And one more that I think is important to residents and businesses everywhere is, you know, property standards. I think everybody in Sault Ste. Marie does their best to maintain their property, and the vast majority do a great job at it. But there are properties all over the community, but I'd be particularly focused on those in Ward 5 that, you know, for whatever reason, either aesthetically or for health and safety reasons, need to be maintained better. And I know it's something council's been grappling with a bit. In order to enforce any bylaw the city has, we have to have the means to do it. And I think we're a little short-handed in that regard. So I think that's something that I'd like to bring to the forefront of things.
You know what, it sounds like you have some awesome ideas, and I'm looking forward to watching your campaign and watching you win.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
No problem at all. Good to see you. Thanks.
Great for coming in.
We're going to take this break on TV. We'll be right back.